like to jump into the bandwagon of watching everyone's favorite show, but I must confess, I got really excited when I watched the Queen's Gambit trailer for the first time, because I was finally seeing a show that talked about feeling powerless. So, when we come from a background where we haven't had a say on the things life has thrown at us, like Beth, and we finally find something that we're not only good at, but that makes us feel like champions over our history as a victim of life, we might let this new talent of ours consume us, not giving it too much thought because we finally feel powerful, fully confident in our skills. And even when all of the possibilities seem against us, like having a broken leg during a marathon, like Beth, we still checkmate. But yes, I know here comes my annoying but the lack of diversity on the show, the Jezebel stereotype play on Jolene, it really disappointed me. Most times I think producers like to make content around the 60s and the 50s because in that way they can justify their racism. Like a friend of mine said, Ariel Narcissus, follow her on IG, she's great, and I quote her, Jolene was once again a black character whose only real purpose in the story was to develop the narrative of the white main protagonist. And she also pointed out how addressing why there wasn't any diversity in the chess tournaments was important, and how the creators gave Beth deepness and multidimensionality, which show that they can actually develop a character. They just didn't want to when it came to Jolene. Okay, enough shade. Well, hello everyone, this is Mario 2, or as you know me, Morenamo, and today I'm going to give my insight of the lesson I learned while watching a very aesthetic Netflix show, with a situation we all have lived in, feeling powerless. So while I was watching the show, I noticed how just like Beth, when we feel powerless, we shelter on the things that gives us that power back. So in that way, we're not just another fish in the sea, we're a white shark too. But with time, we start to associate that to leave behind the voice of powerlessness, we have to focus 100% on what makes us feel strong. In Beth's case was chess, neglecting everything else, both the people we care about and our own self-care. And whenever our powerlessness gets triggered by a result we didn't expect, like Beth, we drown that feeling while keeping a pose of resourcefulness and independence, because we hope that by faking that things are fine, our pain would eventually be a fantasy and not a reality we're trying so hard to escape from. And this perspective about life is very common when feeling powerless is all we know as we grow up. Beth didn't have a say on how in an instant the people and the things she treasured the most were gone, making her feel voiceless and unheard, but her presence was noticeable in the chess tournaments. Here she could finally control the outcome of the situation, had opportunities, and could actually win, gaining her power back. So she associated that to avoid feeling defeated whenever life failed her, she had to try harder to succeed, getting obsessed with chess and building her life around it. Interpreted that to feel like a winner, she had to only rely on herself.
Someday you're going to be all alone. So you need to figure out how to take care of yourself.
Ending up as an outsider because whenever Beth socialized, the idea that the outcome of it could lead her to a loop of emotions that would distract her from achieving her dreams was always heavier. So to fill the emptiness in her life, whenever she was alone, she turned to chaos, getting so used that her space was just for her that she resisted whenever someone wanted to join her. So wanting to share our world but being afraid of caring too much to then be surprised with heartbreak is more common than people think, and not having control over our feelings can trigger us into thinking we're weak and therefore powerless. So we remain guarded.
I miss you.
And to stop this isolating and destructive behavior, like Beth, we have to finally open ourselves to trust people, accepting help whenever our world feels like it's falling apart, and stop the idea that getting help from others makes us weak, because at the end of the day, every achievement is actually the sum of many contributions made by different people, a team who hope for the best. In conclusion, like Beth, it's nice to have a talent that finally allows us to feel confident in ourselves, inspiring us to work harder and opening doors and places we only dreamed of. But the idea is not to drown ourselves in the sea of workaholism, because our passions don't fail us as the people who should have protected us. Remembering that one bad interaction doesn't imply that all future connections will end up the same, and how we shouldn't omit that our success is not only thanks to us, it's made by all of the helping hands that guided us. And for those who, even if we win or lose, there will always be a faithful crowd that believes in us. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying our content lately. Give us a like and subscribe, and feel free to comment down below and tell us what's been powerless to you. Also, click on the bell button so you get notifications whenever we upload new videos, and you can follow us on Instagram where we made an edit with the Queen's Gambit as well. So that's it for today, folks. Please stay safe as we wait for what's 2021 going to be like. Take care, wear a mask, bye!
It's an entire world of just 64 squares. I feel safe in it. I can control it, I can dominate it. And it's predictable. So if I get hurt, I only have myself to blame.